I've been walking through the empty mornings, where your coffee cup still waits for you. The sunlight hits the corner of the window and shows the dust of things we never knew. You left your sweater hanging in the bedroom, a quiet ghost that lives inside my hands. I try to wear it when the nights feel colder, but nothing warms me like you used to then. And I replay the fading lines of every conversation we outgrew. Maybe we broke long before either one of us had a clue. This is everything we lost along the way, all the words we never found the strength to say, every moment we forgot, trying to pretend we'd be okay. If loving you was something time erased, then leaving you was something pain replaced. This is everything we lost along the way, and I still miss you every day. I'm learning how to sleep without you breathing. It feels too heavy on my chest. Your laughter still lives somewhere in the kitchen, a fading song the walls refuse to forget. I trace the patterns of the life we wanted, the plans we made but never lived to see, the future that we built with open hands slipped through the cracks too easily. I still wonder if you kept the pieces that I tried to save, or if you buried them somewhere only memory behaves. This is everything we lost along the way, all the words we never found the strength to say, every moment we forgot, trying to pretend we'd be okay. If loving you was something time erased, then leaving you was something pain replaced. This is everything we lost along the way, and I still miss you every day. Maybe we were falling long before the ground began to shake. Maybe love was calling, but neither of us knew what we could take. Still I keep your shadow folded in the corner of my chest, 'cause letting go is something my heart never learned how to address. This is everything we lost along the way, but pieces of you never truly fade. Even when the world moves on, I keep the echoes of the life we made. If loving you was something time erased, then losing you was something I still chase. This is everything we lost along the way, and I still miss you every day. The city lights are fading in the distance. I watch them blur like tears against the glass. It's strange how life keeps moving without warning. while I'm still holding on to what has passed. Your voice remains in places I once trusted, a gentle echo haunting every street. I try to stand, but memories pull me under, like footsteps sinking deeper in concrete. And though I walk alone, your shadow walks a heartbeat right behind. I tell myself to heal, but healing never listens to my mind. This is the world that doesn't miss me, where your heart learns to forget I ever stayed. You're living in a future built from moments where I slowly fade. Still I keep your warmth inside, even when the cold is all I seem to be. This is the world that doesn't miss me, but you're the world that meant to me. The night grows heavier with every memory, like violin strings trembling through the dark. I whisper words I know you'll never answer, still hoping they might somehow reach your heart. I wear your absence like an old confession, a truth I carry silently and slow. You taught me love was something worth the breaking, a fragile thing that needed room to grow. Maybe it was fate pulling both our hearts toward different skies, but even now I stay inside the place where your goodbye resides. This is the world that doesn't miss me, where your heart learns to forget I ever stayed. You're living in a future built from moments where I slowly fade. Still I keep your warmth inside, even when the cold is all I seem to be. This is the world that doesn't miss me, but you're the world that meant to me. If time had been more kind, would we have found a way to make it right? Or would the cracks between our lonely hearts still widen in the night? I guess I'll never know why love can feel like losing what you found, but every part of you still echoes like a song I can't put down. This is the world that doesn't miss me, but I still feel your memory like a flame. Even when you move ahead, I keep the parts of you I cannot name. Though tomorrow pulls me on, your ghost will always walk these streets with me. This is the world that doesn't miss me, but you're the world I'll never leave. So I'll breathe the quiet in and let the pieces fall where they should be. Even if the world forgets, you're still the world that carried me. Feels colder than it used to. The wind still carries traces of your name. I watch the moonlight fall across like memories returning just the same. I keep your picture folded in my jacket, a quiet relic of the love we knew. The smile you wore is fading at the edges, but somehow still can tear my heart in two. And every step I take leads me through the shadows of our past. I try to walk away, but every road still brings me back at last. These are all the goodbyes you never heard, all the breaking moments trapped between my ribs. I whispered them in silence when I ran out of ways to say forgive. Even if the world forgets the parts of us that time will blur, I'm holding on to every word of all the goodbyes you never heard. Your voice returns like distant violin notes, soft and trembling through my memory. I chase the warmth you used to wrap around me, but everything has slipped from where it used to be. I tell myself you're somewhere finding daylight, a place untouched by everything we broke. But here I stand inside the quiet aftermath, still breathing in the ashes of your smoke. Maybe we fell apart before we even learned how love should feel. Maybe our fragile hope was something neither one of us could heal. These are all the goodbyes you never heard, all the breaking moments trapped between my ribs. I whispered them in silence when I ran out of ways to say forgive. Even if the world forgets the parts of us that time will blur, I'm holding on to every word of all the goodbyes you never heard. If time could turn around, would we rewrite the lines we left unsaid? Would you have stayed a while, or would you still walk on with lowered head? I'll never know the truth, but still I feel your echo in my chest, a haunting lullaby that won't let any part of me find rest. These are all the goodbyes you never heard, but everyone was meant for you alone. Even if you're moving on, I keep the weight beneath my fragile bones. Though we walked a breaking road and love became a wound we can't deter, you'll always live inside the words of all the goodbyes you never heard. So here's my final truth, a quiet love you carried but never stirred. Goodbye to what we were, and all the goodbyes you never heard. There's a hush before the morning breaks, where your shadow lingers on my wall. I watch it fade a little more each day, like you were never here at all. Your footsteps still live in the hallway, a quiet rhythm I can't let go. And though I know you're walking somewhere else, my heart still answers when you echo. Maybe I should learn how to breathe without pretending you're still near. But letting go of you feels like trying not to drown in fear. Before your shadow leaves, let me hold the last of what we used to be. I'm standing in the doorway of a love that time refused to keep. Even if you walk away and take the softer parts I used to see, I'll memorize the way you look before your shadow leaves. Your voice returns in every quiet moment, a trembling note that violin repeats. I press my hands against the empty air, wishing I could pull you back to me. I fold the promises we left unspoken and place them where the sunlight used to land. But even golden hours can't revive the warmth that slipped between our hands. You were fading slow and I was blind to how you tried to stay. Now all that's left of us are threads of you I can't untie away. Before your shadow leaves, let me hold the last of what we used to be. I'm standing in the doorway of a love that time refused to keep. Even if you walk away and take the softer parts I used to see, I'll memorize the way you look. What if love was only meant to stay until it taught us how to break? What if losing you is just a lesson both our hearts must take? But even if it hurts, I'd rather feel the ache than feel untrue, because every beat I breathe still sounds like it belongs to you. Before your shadow leaves, let me love the version of you I once knew. Even if the morning comes and every trace of us begins to move, though tomorrow takes you far, your memory is something I refuse to grieve. I'll keep you in the quiet light before your shadow leaves. Before your shadow leaves. So go gently when you go, and take the time you need to find your peace. I'll stay here in the fading glow before your shadow leaves. Felt the moment when your eyes stopped shining, like something gentle slipped beyond your view. future and said more than silence, as if your heart was learning something new. I tried to speak, but every word felt fragile, a trembling truth I couldn't bring to life. You looked away as if the world was calling, a future where I'd never fit just right. And I keep asking why the things we love are first to fall apart, but answers fade like breath and leave their shadows sitting in my heart. You were the last hope I held for us, a fading flame I sheltered from the rain. I carried every moment trying to protect what couldn't stay. Even if your heart moved on before I understood what we discussed, you were the last hope I held for us, the one I couldn't trust. Your voice still lingers like a soft confession, a half-forgotten warmth against my skin. I try to trace the places where you love me, but all I find are spaces wearing thin. The violin inside my chest keeps aching, a melody that knows we're out of time. Though I walk away from every memory, your shadow walks just inches close behind. Maybe you needed more than what my quiet heart could ever give, but losing you like this feels like forgetting how I used to live. You were the last hope I held for us, a fading flame I sheltered from the rain. I carried every moment trying to protect what couldn't stay. Even if your heart moved on before I understood what we discussed, you were the last hope I held for us, the one I couldn't trust. If time could bend for us, would it return the things we left undone? If love had one more breath, would it restore the battles we had won? But dreaming doesn't heal the way your absence settles in my chest, and all that's left to feel is knowing you once gave me all your best. You were the last hope I held for us, but hope can break as gently as a sigh. Even when I close my eyes, I see the moment when you said goodbye. Maybe this is how it ends, with hearts that learn to loosen what they clutch. You were the last hope I held for us, and still I loved you much. So I released the fading dreamer and let the pieces scatter into dust. But you will always be the last hope I held for us. The night feels heavier than I remember. like every star is hiding from the sky. The quiet burns a little more without you. I hear your goodbye in every passing light. I'm tracing shadows on the old piano. The keys still echo how we used to feel. You held my heart like something made of silence, and let it slip before it could be real. I still whisper words that never reached the place you held your fear. Memories unfold like photographs that fade a little more each year. When the stars forgot our names, we were left beneath the sky that couldn't shine. You walked away so gently, as if the pain was only mine. Even when the nights grow cold and time erases what it can't contain, I'll remember how it felt when the stars forgot our names. Voice returns in every quiet moment, a fragile song the violin completes. I close my eyes and try to chase the feeling before your warmth turned into incomplete. The hallway still remembers steps we practiced, hearts that learn to fall apart. I tell myself you're somewhere finding daylight, while I'm still holding pieces of the dark. You were fading slow, but I was blind to how you slipped away from me. Now I stand alone in echoes of the love we couldn't keep. When the stars forgot our names, we were lost between the spaces where we grew. You let go so softly, as if goodbye was meant for two. Even if your heart moves on, and every moment turns a different page, mine will linger in the place where the stars forgot our names. Oh, maybe a chapter that was never meant to last. Maybe all the hurting is the cost of loving someone from the past. If destiny is fragile, then love is only strong enough to break. I hold the weight of you in every choice my lonely hands still make. When the stars forgot our names, I still looked up hoping they shine for you. Even in the silence, I felt your shadow learning something new. Though our story's ending now, and life will pull us down a separate way, I'll remember us forever when the stars forgot our names. Oh, so here beneath the quiet sky, where the stars forgot our